Right, so part 2 ito. Sa dalawang video, i-upload ko literal dahil nakonsumo na natin yung unang 3 oras. So, mabalik tayo. So, we have introduction na yes. Pag ito, nakik pa ako. Iba yan na itong Zoom na to. Body paragraph 1. Ang content niyan is advantage ng improved economy. Body paragraph 2, same. Advantage ng improved economy. And then body paragraph 3, ano naman yung nasa sacrifice natin, which is yung negative, which is yung culture. So, ano yung unang advantage natin kanina? Improved economy. More jobs. Stable career. People will be able to purchase what they want, what they need. So, the entire nation will have a purchasing power. Justified purchasing power based on the economic stability that the nation has. Improved economy. This way, the country will be able to support the basic needs of infrastructure, supply it with education, healthcare, food security, no? Lahat ng yon for a more empowered nation. So, yun yung magiging explanation ko dyan. Culture, on the other hand, so from advantage, body paragraph 1, moving on to body paragraph 2, gagamit ako ng mga connecting device dyan. Moreover, in addition, furthermore, additionally. And then, sa culture, dahil pupunta ako sa opposite side, nandito na ako sa disadvantage, lalagay ko naman yung on the other hand. Culture is sacrificed as a result of people's pursuit to become more economically stable. Nakukuha? O paano nasa-sacrifice ngayon yung culture? So yung identity, a nation's self-identity becomes weak when that country is trying to mimic the style of economic growth of first world ones, similar to the Philippines and the US. So because of that, nagiging same yung culture natin sa kanila, same yung nagiging way natin of thinking sa kanila, and in return, nawawala yung ating identity. Anong identity yon? Yung ating mga folklores, mga food, di ba? Dati-rate, nagluluto tayo, makain tayo ng mga kakanin, alam natin siyang iluto. Ngayon, may mga recipe na tayo na nawawala because simply people don't cook anymore. Rather, they will order sa mga fast food restaurants. Na hindi naman concept before. Nagkakaintindihan? So, isa yon sa... Kasi ang importante sa culture, 2 things eh. Food and language. So, when those 2 are eradicated, the identity of that country gets lost. So, I would like to give Vietnam as an example. Vietnam, pag pumunta kayo doon, hindi kayo makakakita ng mga fast food chains. Okay? Hindi kayo makakita ng maraming fast food chains. Dito sa atin, Kabanatuan. Tingnan nyo ha, tingnan nyo. Ito yung McDo. Pag gumawi ka dyan, may McDo, lagpas ng SM. Lumagpas ka pa sumakab, may McDo na naman. Di ba? Dito ka gumawi. May McDo dun sa malapit sa Orolyo. Pumasok ka ng Arcadia. May McDo din sa kanto nun. Sa pinagjajagingan nung malapit sa Microtel. Bukod pa yung mga McDo sa mall. 7-Eleven. Nag-get yung point? Okay? So, ang obesity rate sa buong Asia, pinakamababa si Vietnam. Buong Asia yan, ha? Pinakamababa si Vietnam. Because of the absence of fast food, Western food chains. Unlike in the Philippines, na heavily infested tayo with kabi-kabila, kanto-kanto. Wala kang lugar. Kahit wala kang choice, hindi mo nga gusto because of its presence para makukumpel kang kumain eh. 'Di ba? Ako, napipilitan lang talaga ako eh. Magmakto. No? Eh, yung asawa ko galit na galit pag yun ang kinakain ko dito. Magagawa ko eh, malapit. 'Di ba? Culture. That's how you justify how culture becomes gone. Because of our pursuit of becoming westernized. Yes, in the process, you get richer. In the process, you get much more stable. You get your basic needs provided by the government. But in the end, your identity is sacrificed. That's the disadvantage. But in the end, ano mas importante? Ano mas mananaig? Yung dalawa yung advantage eh. Kaya naka-yes ka dyan. Nagkakaintindihan. Ngayon, why did I put it this way? Because you can literally jumble eh. Di ba? Yung paraan na to, ng pag-arrange, nakita ha, again, ito pong literal na nakikita nyo na video na to, upload ko yan, lahat ng nakikita nyo na yan, may visuals ka, kahit nga hindi mo na picturean, kasi pati yung PDF na tong lecture ko na to, converted na into PDF, upload ko rin yan, ikaw na lang magbabasa niyan. No, hindi mo na kailangan magsulat, andyan na. If you want, walang problema, di kita pinipigilan. But the thing is, everything is given to you, including this. So ito, ang gusto kong mangyari. Yung arrangement ng yes, may isa pang paraan. Unahin mo yung negative, culture. One of the many disadvantages, inuna mo agad. Walang problema doon. Walang problema doon. Kasi in the end, magkakatalo yan kung anong mas marami eh. Hindi sa kung saan mo siya nilagay. Tama ba? Ang gusto nating makita, yung outweigh, yung imbalance. Yung hindi sila balanse sa isa't isa. Mas marami ang positibo. So dito ko ngayon, advantage, improve economy, more jobs, purchasing power. Moreover, advantage of improved economy is a more empowered nation brought about by the capacity of the government to provide infrastructure similar to first world countries, providing the basic necessities of the citizens, including but not limited to schools, healthcare facilities, and even malls. Truly, the wonders of improving economy, ganon. Okay, tsaka ka ngayon magko-conclusion. Bringing the total number of paragraphs into 5. In conclusion, to conclude. So, CS, may dalawang paraan ng pag-arrange. Pwedeng unahin mo si negative sa body paragraph 1 or pwedeng ihuli mo siya katabi ng conclusion. So, kung nagkakaintindihan tayo, ganito lang pong ibig kong sabihin. So, dito mo nilagay yung positive. Dito mo nilagay yung positive. Dito mo nilagay yung negative. Nakikita po ba? Hey! Nakikita ba? Punta. Or pwedeng ganyan. Nakuha? Alin po sa dalawa? Ang hindi lang pwede, hindi maaari kailanman, hindi papayagan, is mapagitna yung negative. Tama ho? Bakit? Kasi it ruins the, tinanong na po namin yan sa examiner, bakit babagsak yung uri na yan ng writing? It's because it ruins the coherence and cohesion. You have to put ideas which are closer to one another. Clear? So, yan lang pong dalawa. Diyan ka lang mamimili. Yung plus, ibig sabihin nun, advantage, benefits. Kasi nga, nag-guess ka, so mas marami dapat yun. Ngayon, kung ilagay mo siya sa una, paragraph 2 and 3, walang problema. Lagay mo siya sa paragraph 3 and 4, wala rin problema. Ang mahalaga, hindi mo siya lalagay sa gitna. At pag nilagay mo siya sa gitna, it ruins the coherence and cohesion. So, yun lang po ibig kong sabihin dyan. Again ha, sabi ko sa inyo, ang komplikado di ba? Komplikado ba? Oo. Ito ay pinakamahirap eh. Sabi ko sa inyo, kaya anong oras tayo dito? Mga 1:30 tayo matapos dito. Gusto niyo yan eh. Pag no, ganun din. Dahil nag-no ka, mas maraming negative. Mas maraming negative kaysa sa positive. So, ganito naman ang arrangement niya. Dahil nag-no ka, paragraph 3 and 4, negative, may isa kang positive. So, dahil dito ka nag-negative, from positive, dito ka mag-go on the other hand. Diba? Dito ka ngayon mag-moreover. Pag dito naman, dito ka mag-moreover, dito ka naman on the other hand. Nakukuha yan. Gusto ko na makita nyo visually ha, kung ano yung nangyayari. Anatomically speaking. Okay, kung paano yung arrangement niya. Kung ano yung content niya, bahala na kayo dun. Basta in general, yan yung positive. Saan ka magko-connecting device. Kasi nga, coherence and cohesion tayo mahina. So, again ha, si cohesive devices, si discourse markers, may visual representations yan. Yung nga yung mga on the other hand, moreover, furthermore, for example, for instance, one of the many advantages of, one of the many disadvantages of, it can also be noted that the advantage of this is this. Kinahanap ng mga examiner yan dahil pag wala silang nakita niyan, tagpas ang iyong coherence and cohesion. Doon na nga tayo mababa. Sabi sa inyo, hindi nyo na kailangan picturean. Ayan eh, oh. Ayan pa ulit, oh. O dito ka magko-connecting device, oh. Sa no naman, ayan. Bawal ha. Ayan na, naka-angry emoji na! Negative. Bawal pong igitna yung negative argument. Clear? Okay. Sa no naman, ganito naman yung arrangement natin. Pwedeng mauna yung dalawang paragraph na negative, tapos ihuli mo si positive. Doon ka on the other hand, despite the fact that the advantages of blah, 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 the disadvantages of yada, 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 there's also a positive outcome that it could produce, such as, doon mo ngayon siya bibirahin. Pwede rin ganito. Siya agad ang ipanguna mo, asa sa'yo eh, kung ano gusto mong arrangement eh. No? Viable parehas yan. Bawal nga lang siyang igitna. Nakukuha po. Alright. So yung PDF na to, literal ha, nasa mga kamay mo na tumamaya pag in-upload ko. So two sides, one of which you need to support standard sufficient evidence, refute the other side, wrong to right, it depends. Sometimes you have to choose between two things from your mind or from your heart. Always remember, you're being assessed. So even though your heart desires one, your mind will crave another, choose the option that you can justify more. Okay. So, sino ang mag-yes dito? Mas maraming benefits ang new technology sa pag-spend ng free time ng mga bata. Sino mag-no-no? Yung mga hindi magtaas, mamalasin, no? Hindi mag-participate. Sino mag-yes dito? Sino mag-no-no? So, lahat kayo, no? Okay. Mga hindi nagtaas, malas na lang kayo, ganyan lang kayo. Bahala kayo. Huwag kayo maniwala sa ganyan. Huwag niyo ako sisihin na. Huwag sir, minamala sa tatlong araw na ganito. Bahala ka. Huwag ka mag-participate. Di kita sinasabihan, no? Alright. So, body should always be longer than examples, your arguments. You can give at most 2 examples, but don't exceed that. Especially pag puro ka such as, ini-enumerate mo yung mga examples. Wag na. This is not an enumerating example type of essay. This is an argumentative type. So, sa content ng paragraph ng body, give the argument. Positibo to, negatibo, highlight mo. One of the many benefits of, dun mo siya agad introhan. Discuss mo siya. Paano mo siya ipapaliwanag? Paano mo siya i-explain na positive to? Magbigay ka ng mga sitwasyon. And then, kung kaya magbigay ng example, for instance, to illustrate, you can use those connecting devices to introduce the prompt of your example. So, example to. Nag-no ako, ha? Shh, pakita ko lang. Woo! Nag-no ako! Ibig sabihin ba? More negative than positive? Yes! Body paragraph 1. Unahin ko muna si positive. Why technology affects the way children spend their free time positively. Sa paanong paraan daw ang teknolohiya makaka-apekto sa isang bata ng positibo. Paliwanag mo, the skill they can acquire at a much younger age can be beneficial when they grow up. Example, employment. Noon, kapag nag-a-apply ka, can read and write, di ba? Ngayon, mga typing skills, can use the typewriter well. Ngayon, hindi na eh. Ano? Ano nilalagay natin sa CV? Computer literate, can use Microsoft Word and Excel. Ha? Anin ko yung kakayahan mong bumuga ng apoy. Hindi naman magagamit yun sa pagtatrabaho. Ang kailangan ko literate ka sa computer dahil computer-based na karamihan ng mga jobs. Oh, ngayon, kakabila ka na. Ano gagamitin mong opposite introductory phrase? On the other hand, nakakasawa ba yun? Oo, ano pwede mo pang ipalit? In contrast, on the contrary, meanwhile. Woo! Sko! How fucking ever, negative argument, how does technology affects how children spend their free time negatively? Unhealthy yun. It leads to sedentary lifestyle. Paliwanag mo. Ano ba itong mga new technology? Gadgets, such as computers and handheld games. Make children hooked to playing video games, which in return will lessen their time spent doing physical activities. As a result, paano naging sedentary lifestyle? They gain weight due to not having any strenuous physical activity and sitting idly consuming fast food. Therefore, this sedentary kind of lifestyle would prove to be detrimental, especially when they carry this kind of condition even until they grow up. Isa pang negative. Additionally, this impedes their socialization skills and interpersonal interaction kasi nga, they interact more often using the digital world, digital technology. So, ganun. Nakita? Kung paano siya in-arrange, ha? Nasa yun na yan mamaya, pwede mo siyang balikan, basahin. Okay, the argument reason should always be longer. Don't argue using examples. Example, how does culture affect the way people are named? No? So ito po yung aking naging introduction. Bago ko to ipakita sa inyo, gusto ko munang pakita sa inyo kung paano ko siya gagawin. Blankly, no? From scratch. Sabi ni Sir, ayaw daw ng mga examiner na repetitive yung task description to the introduction. So gagawa ako ng way para i-convert ito sa mga synonyms nila. New technology, ano kaya pwedeng ipamalit dyan? Woo! Hihina! Ano? New technology, ano pwedeng pamalit? Kung ganyan, huwag na ka na mag-ibang bansa. Ito ka na lang. Electronics, sige. Using gadgets, what else? Modern, pucha, yung modern lang, oh. Modern technology, pwede nang pamalit sa new. Have changed the way or replaced the activities that young people did in the past with today's options. Oh, napalitan daw dahil sa technology, yung mga dating ginagawa, napalitan ng iba. O tapos, ano yung introduction? Di ba no? O ano yung mga sample ko nung no kanina? Puta, hindi ko nasulat. Di ba nga kaya may script ka na dapat? Kapag yes, ano na yung paghahaluhaluin mo? Pag no, ano yung pagsasama-samahin mo? O no ako, ano pagsasama-samahin ko? Sige. Pagigil kayo. Oh. No. I think, in my opinion, ano pa? There are more drawbacks that this modernization did than patay. Benefits. Daming option, oh. Pucha. Ba mga estudyante ko yung puro kamote. Nangyari. Uy. Hindi ka ganyan lang. Ano? Sabi mo sa sarili mo. Hindi lang ito ako. I think there are more problems or negative outcomes, drawbacks that this issue has compared to its benefit. Pwede yan. O yung no, may isa pa. I do not believe that there are more advantages. Di ba? Than drawbacks. Advantages, palitan mo pa ng mga positive outcomes. Nakuha. O, ito sample ko. These days, the way young people utilize their leisure time has radically changed because of modern technology. While it can be argued that such development leads to various positive outcomes, oo nga, marami naniniwala na may positibo ito, I believe that the consequences associated with this trend far outweigh any of its benefits. Naniniwala pa rin ako, mas marami ang negatibo kaysa positibo. At yun ang i-justify natin later. Clear! Ayun o, nakita niyo yung mga synonyms? Ayun o, hinighlight ko na ng red. O, new technology, modern technology. Children, young people. Spend, utilize. O, new, modern. No, I believe that the consequences associated with this trend far outweigh any of its benefits. Yun naman yung aking stand. Uy, mahirap to ha. Hindi ko hihilingin pati sa kaaway ko na ito ma-encounter nilang tanong sa exam. Pero wala tayong magagawa. Pwedeng mag-appear to, lalo't papalapit ang bear. Months. O, body paragraph 1. Why technology affects the way children spend their free time positively, admittedly. The use of technology during their spare time prepares children to adapt to the ever-changing world they are now living in. It develops the technical skills required to operate such pieces of technology as laptops, smartphones, tablets, and other devices. This can eventually be an asset when they grow up into adults and start establishing their careers, as almost all the companies today prefer to hire applicants who are proficient in the use of technology. How fucking ever unhealthy lifestyle ito. On the other hand, such trend of using gadgets occupying children's free time also leads to various negative effects. For one, the use of technology is perceived to be an unhealthy practice, as children who use technological devices for leisure do not get the chance to engage in any form of physical activity, such as sports or outdoor play. This sedentary kind of lifestyle can lead to them becoming overweight, which can result in various health problems, including cardiovascular disease, and even diabetes. At present, this is already alarming since obesity rate is more common now among children than it was in the past. Yun yung example ko dyan. Negative argument na naman, ano tong socialization skills and lack of personal interaction. In addition, the frequent use of technology can lead to social isolation among young ones. Children who often spend their free time using technology are generally unable to develop their interpersonal and communication skills during this critical stage of development, as gadgets can deprive them of opportunities to interact with other people. As a result, it leads to the indifferent behaviors and other social difficulties in relating with others, which is now evidently seen among children, especially in more progressive countries. Conclusion, restate your stand, suggest some possible solution. Remember, in the end, this is a problem, and examiners want to see a happy ending. So how can this be a happy ending? Give them a condition. This solution that you have thought of, if they do this, if people will follow your advice, this will become a better place for everyone to live in. Ganun lang. So ito po yung mga pwede mong pamilian. In conclusion, to conclude, in summary, to summarize. In summary, although technology has transformed the way children use their free time, the disadvantages of this phenomenon outweighs its advantages. While it is a great opportunity to prepare the young ones to adapt to modern life, it can also result in them having health and behavioral problems in the future. Anong suggestion ko? Para solusyonan yan, therefore, it is the parents' duty to ensure that the balance between gadget play, hindi ko naman sinasabing lubayan na altogether, pero balansehin dapat ng mga magulang and personal interaction is practice para maging okay ang paggamit ng gadgets. So, anong mga gagawin para mag-improve? Read. Although you don't need to be a specialist, you cannot write anything if you don't know something. So, read questions in advance. I will also upload the orange book, which you can read questions too. You will also be seeing literally tons of questions here since ang dami nating mga samples dyan. No? Lahat yan tanong. So, by reading questions, you will understand which area are you the weakest, saan ka mahina, saan ka okay, so that dun ka mag-i-improve sa mga weak areas mo. This is where you read articles, English online articles, if you don't want to spend money on buying physical copies of newspapers, and also reading samples related to the questions. Kasi marami rin kaming samples dyan. So eto, tulad na to, may sample ako. Freedom to work and live anywhere in the world due to the development of communication technology and transportation. So dahil daw malaya na ang kahit sino ngayon na mamuhay, manirahan, magtrabaho sa ibang bansa, may advantages daw yon. Pero naniniwala ka ba mas maraming advantage yun kaysa disadvantage o the other way around? So ano ka dito? Yes or no? O sige, dahan-dahanin ko ha. Sige. Ayaw nyo mabilis, ano? Sige. Dahan-dahanin natin. Sa ngayon daw, ikaw, pwede ka nang tumira ibang bansa. Because of that, positive ba yun? Negative. Positive. So, mas maraming positive. Anong benefits ng kakayahan ng kahit sino man ng mga ibang bansa doon matrabaho at manirahan? Anong positive doon? Positive ka. Sabihin mo kung bakit. Imaginin mo, nandun ka na sa Canada, nandun ka na sa UK, nasa New Zealand ka na, sa Australia ka na. Anong benefits nun sa'yo? Ha? Yung life na gusto. So, magigitong parang dreamy article. Diba? So, again, this is an essay, formal essay writing. So, you need to use majority's perspective. So, pag nandun ka na, anong meron? Okay? Dahil, paano mag-i-improve yung life status?
Mas marami pong jobs na nandun sa ibang bansa.
Opportunities. Okay? People will be able to move to the place where they want to work and live easily because better opportunities are there. Give an example. Nurses in the Philippines, how much do they earn in public hospitals? Salary grade? 17. That's about 36,000. Nurse 1. 36,000. Ang duty nila, 1 is to 30 patients. Is that healthy? No. Sabi nga dun sa books, 1 is to 5, at most 1 is to 10. Minsan nga, 3 ang papasok, 120 ang pasyente. Public hospital. Tigo 40 sila. Healthy ba yun? Lahat yun may special needs. Lahat yun, kailangan i-maintain yung antibiotics. Lahat yun, kailangan tingnan yung smile. Lahat yun, may pain. Okay? Sa Amerika, kano kinikita ng nurse na? $500,000 to $1 million peso in a month. Kaya mga anak niyo, pag nursing nyo na. Pag na-nurse ang anak ko, ngayon pa lang, sinataga ko na to sa bato, no? Okay. $500,000 pesos. Tapos, according sa batas nila, bawal kang dumuti ng lalagpas sa 3 araw. So, ilang araw ang pahinga mo? Marami kang pera po. Pwede kang manood ng NBA. Marami kang pera eh. Marami kang break. Diba? Mall-mall lang ako. Vlog-vlog lang ako dito. Mari-mariwana lang ako dyan sa gilid. Kasi sa state nila, legal. Diba? Pwede. Legal sa state nila. Pag hindi legal, hindi pwede. Ganun lang kasimple. Nakuha? Maganda health, maganda education system, not so much a healthcare. Ano pa? Sunod na paragraph. Anong advantage nun? Di ba? Ano pang advantage? Kasi nag-yes ka eh. Isa pang advantage dapat. Better education? Nasabi ko na. Ando na yun sa lahat ng opportunities eh. Ang susunod nating advantage niya na hindi na para sa'yo, kundi para doon sa country of origin mo. Bakit? Marami kang pera. Ano gagawin mo sa pera mo? Papadala, di ba? Kaya nga, sabi nanay mo, oh, anak, hindi ka naman tutulong sa amin ngayon. No? It's payback time, bitch. No? Okay. Ikaw naman ngayon, anak, ang bubuhay sa akin. At ipantotongits ko ito sa mga kumari ko. Okay. Papadalan mo ako ng pension, anak. Pag hindi, may ginagawa ng bata si Tulpo. Pwede ka na makulong. Alright. So, magpapadala ng pera. Para saan? Para dun sa family back home in the Philippines. Yung example natin sa Philippines, ha? Hindi lahat ng example mo, puro Pilipinas. So, magre-remit ka ng money. So, if I'm not mistaken, 900B to 1.1T trillion po in peso ang total remittances ng OFWs natin in a year. Masarap ba yan? Masarap! Yung 1 trillion, ha? Baka di mo lubos maiisip kung gaano karami yun. Itong, kung pupunuin mo ng 1,000, itong room na to, hindi po kakasya. 10 ganito. Ganon kakasya. Ganon karaing pera yan. Ang pinapadala ng lahat ng OFWs na nasa ibang bansa pabalik sa Pilipinas. Ganon pong karami. Kaya ang tawag natin sa kanila, diba, new heroes. Dahil sila nagpapakakatulong sa ibang bansa, namamasura sila sa Canada. Oh, may dollars naman ang kapalit. Ba't di ako mamumulot ng bote dun? 3 oras na ako mamulot ng bote, $30 ang kapalit. Magkano conversion ng CAD? 30 times 40, 1, 2. Yung nga, mag-ikot ka nga dyan, magmamasura ka dyan, kumakawanto ka. Unless pumutol ka ng mga kable dyan. No? Oh. Unless bumaklas ka ng gulong dyan, mamerwisyo ka ng iba. Kita? So, yun yung susunod na advantage, no? Advantage sa economy ng country of origin. Because of the remittances sent back, it can improve the lifestyle of their families back home. Because the taxes included therein, it will improve the overall economy of the country. Bukod pa doon sa umiikot na pera, kaya napapalakas talaga nun yung ekonomiya. Okay? Alright. Ang pera hindi palabas, puro papasok. Actually, bigyan ko ng example. Moscow, Russia has the most number of billionaires. Pero bakit hindi ganun kayaman si Russia as compared sa other powerhouses? Sa lahat ng billionaires na yun, lahat ng pera nila, puro bili sa labas. Puro bili sila ng import. Bibili ko ng kotse sa US, bibili ko ng kotse sa Germany. Lahat ng pera nila tumatapon. So yung pera nila, hindi umiikot sa bansa nila, lumalabas na. Sa atin, lahat ng pera pabalik, papasok. Diba? Out from nothing, converts to something. Then, magsacycle yan. Pinadalang ka ng 50 mil, pambili ng laptop. Pinambili mo ng laptop, pinampasahod dun sa laptop technician. Laptop technician, tumahod, pinang-date nila sa samgyup ng jowa niya. Nag-gets yung point kung saan umikot yung pera. No? Out from nothing, biglang may pumasok na pera sa atin, out from scratch. Walang GDP kailangan. Yun. May problema ba yun? Diba? Kasi nagbigay na akong dalawang positive eh. Anong negative doon? Sige. Anong negative? Sir, anong trabaho mo? Trabaho? Butcher. Anong magiging trabaho mo sa ibang bansa? Butcher. Imagine mo, may 10 skilled na butcher sa city kung saan ako nakatira. 10. Siyang umalis. Pumunta sa Canada. Kasama kayo, usap-usap na ito. Kaya kasi magkano pa natin dyan. Para yan, nag-uwi pa tayo ng pata para sa mga ulam natin. Dito, hindi natin gagawin yun. Malaki sahod natin. No? Isang taon lang, makapaglabas tayo ng lari cruiser sa Pilipinas. E dito, kahit 3 dekada ako magpakahirap, hindi ko magagawa yun. Nakuha? Ilan natira? Isa. So sa lahat ng tatagtad, ng lahat ng baka, kambing, baboy, no? Kaya ba niya? Hindi. Siguro kaya. Siguro. Siguro lang, pagpalagay natin kaya. Pero magiging competent ba yung trabaho niya? Hindi. Hindi. Ganun din. Imagine niyo, nurse yan. Lahat ng nurse sa lumabas. Sino yung mga natitira dito? Di ba? Sino yung mga may pagmamahal pa sa bansa? Kasi kung aalis ako, sino mag-aalaga sa mga kababayan ko? Yun yung may magpagmamahal sa kapwa. Pero siya yung may pagmamahal sa kapwa, siya hindi magaling. Siya yung pag sinwero ka, 5 tusok muna bago mahi. Pero may kawang gawa sa kapwa. Meron siyang passion. Diba? So yung mga competent people natin, umaalis. Yung natitira, yung sinasabing latak ha, but yung competence level nila, they have to compensate for what's missing. Kaya in the process, nababurn out po sila. Ang tawag doon ay brain drain. Ulitin nyo nga. Brain drain. Kung saan yung mga experts mo, yung mga magagaling, yung mga best of the best mo. Siyempre, best of the best yan. Kung gusto nila, best of the best para sa sarili nila. Umalis. Ang natitira sa atin, yung mga saktuhan na. Kuha. So, yun ang negative doon. May opportunity ka, lahat ay pwedeng mga ibang bansa, pero teka lang, paano naman yung bansa? Diba? At eto na po ang essay niyan. Basahin mo na lang. Nakuha? Eto, nagawa ko na yung mga samples na to. Nagawa ko na din yung sample ng restaurant. This year, ito yung mga nagawa ko this year ha. Restaurant should be required to disclose nutritional. Nagawa ko na din itong dapat ba magkaroon ng pets, pag-alaga ng vegetables at animals yung mga bata. Nagawa ko na rin yan. Ito ring living longer than ever before in the past. Nagawa ko na din to. Yung take risks, meron na rin akong sample. Kasi every end ng lecture, nagtatype po tayo ng live. Ano? Nowadays, a lot of offices employ open space designs instead of separate rooms for work. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? So yan, gawin natin. Yung mga office ngayon, bukas na, wala na mga sections. Okay. Kakaiba eh. So may tanong, si work and life balance, sabi ni Jillian. Yes! Pag nandun ka, talagang work-life balance ka. Imagine ha. Ay, may Zoom docs na rin pala. Ganito na pala. Tingnan ko lang kung paano mag-work to ah. Kung hindi, mag-share akong bago. Matagal. Niyan? May nagreklamo na ba? Oo, nagreklamo kayo eh. Review pa kayo eh. Kaya payasan tayo nagugutom dito ha. Nowadays, a lot of offices employ open spaces, space designs, instead of separate rooms for work. Do you think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? $12:43. Try ko tong gawin bago mag 12:55. In this current time, companies are shifting to a more bare office designs that enhance employees' interaction over the more traditional and compartmentalized divisions. Although there are several negative key points in this modern adaptation, I believe that there are more benefits in doing this today. One of the main reason why companies are shifting, are transitioning naman towards open space design is that it allows for easier interaction among company workers. If divisions are removed, relaying information to one another becomes more seamless, thus removing the element of delay. Furthermore, by allowing spaces to remain open, employees can physically interact in a more visually appealing manner with one another, since no blockages from cubicles, since there are no more cubicles that serve as blockages among them. Furthermore, by removing divisions between co-workers, areas of work, productivity can improve. Yeah. This practice is evident in successful companies like, such as, dalawa to, Google and Apple. When Steve Jobs took over the CEO of Apple in the early 90s, he made sure that there are no divisions between workers' spaces in order for them to communicate information faster and more efficiently. Such interactions allowed these tech powerhouses to remain at the top even until today. Siyempre, may negative yun, di ba? Anong negative nun? Nagkatrabaho ko, nagkakakitaan kayo, di ba? Anong problema nun? Wala kang sense of privacy. Di ba? On the other hand, actually, hindi naman pala importante ang privacy. Kasi magkakailangan mo sa privacy, nagkatrabaho ka nga, ano? Ang problema dito ay distractions. Di ba? Madali kang ano ba yan? Nag-uusap-usap sila. Ingay-ingay nila. Tapos, di ba? So, kitang-kita nila ako. So, nakakainis yan. On the other hand, a major trade-off of removing physical barriers from offices is that it can be distracting to some employees. Since cubicles are no longer enforced and employees, workers can interact with each other more readily, hearing distracting voices, chats, and even minor unpleasant sounds, noise na lang, can make even a focused employee lose one's concentration. In conclusion, although modern design is being adapted by many companies these days, today, due to the benefits it has, this can also be distracting if not enforced properly. Therefore, open space design is more suggested for workplaces that require seamless sharing of ideas and information. (288) 12:53. Ilan yun? 12 minutes? So marami pa akong babaguhin dyan, idadagdag. Mga spelling ko, concentration. One of the main reasons, may S to. More bare. Employees. Employees, may apostrophe yan. Kung tama ako. O, di ba? So, yung mga yon, edit-edit na lang ako. So, I still have plenty of time to enhance my finished product. At ganun po ang paggawa ng essay. So, salamat, Jillian, Kurt, Michiko, and Mirna for staying. Inabot na tayo ng alauna. So, mga 4 hours, ito mag-abutin ng 4 hours yung replay natin. So, dalawang part yung replay, yung aking PDF na sample, including my sample essays, and literally lahat ng nakita nyo kanina will be shared, including the orange book din. So, try to browse questions, samples, and read articles. Okay? So, tapos na po ang ating Saturday. Mag-ingat po sila sa pag-uwi. Bye-bye.